so-called
Er was water inschenken voor.
Waar is dat bij? Is dat bij?
Oh. Is water heb ik al neergezet. En thee.
Okay.
Ja, Fred,
Ja,
die
ik zag het staan.
stuurde me net een appje. Nou, oké, dat kan gebeuren. Zoetjes, die waren er ook. Ligt ja. Ah, mag u zelf doen.
Self-service.
Ja, zover gaat de service niet.
Oké.
Okay.
Ja, ik geef terug.
Is er nog koffie, meneer Asje?
Koffie hebben we zeker nog.
Mag ik nog een kopje koffie? Ja, dan kan je het zakje in gooien.
Nico, wil jij ook nog?
Oké, is goed.
Ja? Oké.
Zo koud op de...
Het is sowieso koud. Ik was er jong, dus het weekend.
Geen weer voor mij.
Nee.
Ik heb nodig warm.
Nou, ga naar, hoe heet dat? Guadeloupe. Het is warmer.
Absoluut.
Ah, dankjewel.
Maar ik was nu in
Mag ik ook een beetje?
in Argentina voor 10 dagen.
En dat is
En dat was,
voorjaar.
wie zegt printemps. Le printemps.
Voorjaar. Mag ik een melkje? Melkje.
Si vous voulez parler le français, c'est bon.
Ja, maar niet voor.
Ah, bon.
Hij spreekt Nederlands, dus ook goed.
Ja. Oké. Meneer Jacobs heeft mij gevraagd, wat is de onderwerp? De onderwerp is shofar. Dat is door de mitzwa van Rosh Hashanah. De enige mitzwa. Ja? Ik ben gekomen eens in Amos. En de security heeft me gevraagd, waar bent u? Ik ben meneer Wolf. Ja, weet u welke feestdag is vandaag? Heb ik gezegd. Ja, het is Rosh Hashanah. Goed.
Wist je dat ook?
En wat heb je toen gezegd? De Pesach?
Wat is de mitzwa van deze dag? Heb ik gezegd, de shofar, het is de enige mitzwa van Rosh Hashanah. En het is machloikes op Troa, ook Shvarim. Maar een andere mitzwa. Het is geen andere mitzwa hier aan Rosh Hashanah. Ik heb gezegd, ik weet, u wilt mij vragen over een minhag. Oké, minhagim zijn veel minhagim. Ja, de Joden nemen een appel in honing. Ah, goed gezegd. Nu kan je nog.
Ik kan nog een voorbeeld geven op Amos. Heel lang geleden, dat was nog in JCC, liep ik samen met Rafos over Sholem. Liepen we naar JCC. Ik was erbij, dus het is geen verhaaltje. En toen werd aan Rafos gevraagd, kent u iemand hier binnen? En dan zei Rafos, ja, Rabijn Vorst. Oh, gaat u dan maar naar binnen. Precies zo.
Nee,
Ze zijn zo.
Ik heb zoiets soortgelijks ook gehad.
Maar ja,
Okay.
ook was ze hebben mij gezegd, ook was ik ken u niet. Ik zeg, ik ken jou ook niet.
Ja.
Ik kom hier elke dag, 2 keer per dag. Goed.
Nee, maar ze hebben mij gevraagd, een keertje toen, ook was een benefitvoorstelling, s'avonds. Wie is de rabbijn hier? En toen zeg ik, Maar er was toen geen rabbijn. Ik was er maar een rabbijn geweest. Dan hadden we niet zoveel problemen gehad. In Kopdoorloop.
Goed.
Borg atah Adonai Eloheinu Choyram Shakel.
Nou, dat was eventjes een...
Oké, so wij gaan praten over de shofar. Shofar is a kli. It's something that a noise is going out of this kli. Okay, it's in music you have noise who is done external from the kli, and you have the that with blazen the noise is going out. So of course, shofar for sure is this type of instrument. But Chazal tell us already that it has to be a keren. A keren is a horn. But why not?
Because it's not called shofar. The kern of a cow.
No. Simply because the technical, how do you say, the
texture of
the texture. What's the texture? It has to be like, it has to be zachar unekeva. That means he has to be outside, there is a part, and inside another part. And you take off the part who is inside. But if you only, how do you say, bore, that is not okay. Okay? So you have to take out the part who is inside, and then it is a shofar. So for a shofar shel shor, it's not like this.
If you take it out and you break it a little bit,
yes,
or it's done very very smoothly or whatever, or if you heat it to get it
yes,
out, then maybe it can be.
It's no more kosher.
Yeah,
all the shofar shel ayil that we use, we have only 30% who are at endelijk kosher, because they have not the good technique to take it out with no making any damage. And not any damage, but most of the damage who have been done are poisel the shofar. And that's why you need a hechsher, because if you are not, how do you say, if you are not not experienced, the contrary, if you are not honest, so you can repair on a non-kosher way. That means you can make it smelt and then put back the part who is broken. Okay, so yes, it's an all, how do you call it?
It needs an hechsher. Without, then you must not use it.
You might not use it because you are not sure what is a hechsher. That means it was a ne'eman, someone who did it. He is doing it. You can trust him that he did it on the right way. That he's not a ramai, like a soifer, like all the Jewish work. But and then there is, of course, people nowadays who are experienced. That means that that in the past, everything was à peu près. How do you say? About almost ready. And nowadays we have the way to measure things, to measure with external. So we can, how do we say, make exactly the shape of the how do you say, the shofar, that it will be very easy for the who is blasting, etc., etc. So there is nowadays luxury shofarot who are done by people who are expert, like you have nowadays also for sofrim. You have how do you say, expert who can cut you the fear according to according to how do you say MRI that they take from your hand to see how is the shape of your hand. If your hand is like this or like this. If you so it's better than every how do you say every how do you say stylo
Pen.
pen that you buy in the shop because it's done by custom made. Okay, so also here by Shofar nowadays they do it really in a way that wow, you can
But,
arrive to
only a Jew or also a non-Jew can
not
make
only it has not to be lishmo. It means a goy can done,
Goy
but
can
of
do.
course under rabbinical tuzicht.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's taking the horns off?
Who is taking?
Is it in the
yeah.
shofet?
No.
It's an horn
No,
damager?
yes, exactly. In the abattoir, because you spoke, so it's a role of someone who does it. There is, you know, every time I say,
That's the question. If the animal is not kosher, which you
Yes.
experience later, and you
Yes.
already put it off, is it still kosher? Because you didn't know that
yes,
it
Yes,
is not kosher.
the
Afterwards.
taking the that doesn't make an animal treif. Okay.
No.
No.
If the animal is
It's
fine,
animal stripe.
then also
No.
that's the question.
No.
Okay.
Now, also for the Sefer Torah, the
Yeah.
cloth,
Yeah.
it has to be of a sort of animal who is kosher.
But
Yeah.
That if eindelijk it's not kosher because it was not
Yeah.
slaughtered or it was not kosher for other reasons, it's okay. Okay? So mimin hamutar befircha. Mimin hamutar befircha. That means from a sort animal who is permitted for you. Okay?
Mhm.
So the shofar is used, we see in the Tanakh, a few places that it's used in Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. So there is two places in the Torah where there is a mitzvah. It's Rosh Hashanah and
War.
No.
Yovel.
or Yovel. Okay? Rosh Hashanah and Yovel are the two mitzvot who are in the Torah. But Yom Kippur and for the maybe, but that's not only shofar. There is a mitzvah midivre neviim when there is how do you say how do you call it no that there is a
Alarm.
that there is a not a oloch, but that there is how do you call it a catastrophe. That means there is so we make a tanis, and for because there is how do you say like there was a few days ago in Italia. There was how do you say a storm, overstorm, and there is water. So halachically you make a tanis, and you have to blow the shofar to that people are misoyref to tshuva and that to bring the kapora for and that to be healed of this thing. But that's midivre nevim.
If it is over,
yes.
do you blow a tekiat shofar?
No.
So it's not over.
No.
It's only the beginning is
yes.
It's never over.
No, it's not never over. It's over automatically.
Because I heard that if you blow the tekiat shofar,
yes,
normal tekiat, everybody knows there's something coming.
Yes.
And if it doesn't go further,
yes,
it's over. Like the message from prophet.
Yes.
They blow.
I never heard, but maybe. Okay, I never.
Like we do in shul also.
Yes. So also, so of course for announcement, sure we have it, but it's not min Torah. The announcement of Mashiach, the announcement of Lo Aleinu for Oloch, In Beis Hamikdash there was a shofar with the chatzotzot together, so it was used of different occasion also for when there was a new king. There is a shofar. By non-Jews,
Kanonschoten.
what?
Guns, if there's a new king.
So there is,
Question.
yes,
We have Tekiat Shofar and so
Yeah.
on.
That's that.
That's certain tones, and we know it.
yes, yes.
Can you use, because it has a religious
Yes.
significance, can you use also like an instrument?
No.
That
The
you,
tones?
can you use a shofar as an instrument?
Yes,
That's the question.
yes,
Like
yes.
of secular things.
Yes, sure.
So I heard
As
that
no
on Rosh
kedusha.
Hashanah, and you have to make it awful in the way that with awe. There's not awful, but with respect.
Okay.
And you have to keep it like weaning. It has to be sidering.
Okay.
But
But
what I hear are beautiful tones always. I don't feel tremor.
Okay.
I don't feel the sidering. We should call it in Dutch.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's personal, you know. Okay. So normally in all around the world, only out Yemen, Yemen, and Amstelveen, around all the world, they do with shofar shel ayil. Ayil is a ram. Here they do with the antelope. I saw yesterday. That's the Temani minhag. Okay, so it's not the Dutch minhag at all. So
No.
it's not according to the reglement.
In
Okay.
Holland, we prefer ramshoes.
So I will tell it to the Tacheleke Bistur. They will advise if they will give to the Shul Amstelveen a bute. Okay. So after we take the inside, like I said, we make it nice, that it's clean, etc. It has a minimal measure. Minimal measure is a tefach. Is according to Reb Chaim Noe 8 centimeter.
Yeah.
According to the Chazon Ish 10. Okay, but what we have to know that if there is a split, that means if there is something who make it possible, so if you cut, you have, or you didn't have the time to cut, but it's still kosher because you do it, for example, there is a cut in the beginning and you do it with your finger, so it's okay. The blouse is kosher, but the measure has to begin only after the cut. Okay, so that's kind of things that people have to know, because of course normally you don't have little one from 10 centimeter, but like we see nowadays with the Sifrei Torah, that they do very little Sifrei Torah like it was in the time of the king, because there are people, rich people, who want to have their Sefer Torah for vacation, going everywhere. They have, it's nowadays, you know, it's like they have the Porsche, they have the villa, they have the second house, so they have also their Sefer Torah. You know, the time where the Sofrim had the most work, the most when it was a real crisis of Sifrei Torah. It was the time of the Corona, because in United States, everyone started a little minyan with 10 people, and every guy who had a big house so he needed a Sefer Torah. So every second rich man has a
Hoe
Sefer
had
Torah.
hier in het buitenveld, dat we in de tent. Of,
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
No, but I say United States they did Sefer Torah.
What did he need to say for?
Okay, so you can roll also. You can.
Nee, je hebt eigenlijk soms heb je 3 separatoren nodig.
Okay, so
Dat was dat.
Zo, moet je van voor. Ja, als je helemaal
Dan moet
moet.
je weer terug. En dan moet je weer terug naar de opleiding.
okay, the only one episode in the Tanakh that we used. How do you say? You asked me about secular use. We can call it a secular use. Also, maybe that it was asked by HaKadosh Baruch Hu to do it, so it was milchemes mitzvah, so it was not secular use, but it was not the cadre of the synagogue. It was in Yericho. In Yericho, when Bnei Israel enter in Eretz Israel, so the kibbutz Sha'ir was B'derech Nes, and they went 7 times, and every time they went shofar, and the last time, how do you say, the
walls collapsed.
collapse. So that's if you find Alpi Kabbalah. I know that in Holland you don't do things according to Kabbalah, but I was here, there was here Rebbe Hershel Schachter a few months ago, and he said, yes, they took everything, how do you say, from the Kabbalah out in the Dutch Sidurim, but they forgot by Hoshana Rabbah. They was not by Hoshana Rabbah. The text is totally a Kabbalistic text, but also here I was in the Obrecht Shul and by the Levaya of Rav Yus, they did Hakofes 7 times. And the shofar, that's really Alpi Kabbalah. That's things who are Kabbalistic, things who have nothing to do with Halacha, that we do like by Yericho, that to take the Mechitza out, the Mechitza spiritual one, by making Hakofes and the 7th time to take out. Okay?
Vadim, they make every Levaya by the men Hakofes.
Nee, alleen met belangrijk.
Oh, is dat tegenwoordig alleen maar
Nou,
belangrijk?
eigenlijk hoor je dat in je oordeel.
Oh,
Bij bestuurder.
sorry. I thought bij all men.
Dit wordt wel gedaan, want iedereen wil natuurlijk graag die eer krijgen. Maar
Oké.
So that's,
Ik heb het een keer meegemaakt. Dat was
exactly
zeker belangrijk.
the filata mechitzot. That's exactly that we want to break the wall between the man and the lady. Yes, exactly. So that's things with nothing to do with halacha. Understand? It's how do you say? It's pure Kabbalistic things, and that's why here in the Netherlands that we don't do Kabbalistic things, so we don't do it. But when I 4 of my kids get married, so every time there is a discussion, what are we doing, which minhag? So I say to the Mechutonim, I heard from Rav Kamenetsky in United States that he said that he had 10 kids, and he married these 10 kids, and he doesn't remember which minhag he did, because every time he asked the Mechutonim what they do, and he did what the Mechutonim did. So I say that's, if you want Shlom Bayis, you do what the other party wants, and that's the best way to make Sholem, that you don't say, nah, that is my minhag. And
another question, if it is, although it is Kabbalah,
yes,
the woman is circling
Yes.
the men around. Why is the man not circling around the woman?
okay, good question.
Because if you look at Jericho, the
Yeah.
attacker, the
de
Bauer,
groepen.
so why is that?
Okay.
You know that?
Maybe the war is by the men.
Yeah,
That
exactly. So she has to be.
No, she has
accept
to
it.
break.
Yeah.
She has to break.
She has to break it instead of to break it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, like we said, the mitzvah of Rosh Hashanah is the mitzvah of Shofar. The enige mitzvah. Okay.
It's called Yom Teruah.
Yom Teruah, absolutely. So the name also
Yeah,
of Rosh
exactly.
Hashanah is in the Torah, Yom Teruah. But not only that, people who are living in Fenendal, people who are living yes, and they have no shofar. According to the halacha, they have to go in a town to have where is a shofar. Also, if there is no minyan. So if they have the choice to have a minyan or a shofar, preferable to go to a place where they have a shofar and not a minyan. Okay? Okay, so you need to.
It's easier getting shofar than the minyan in small places.
Yeah, absolutely. But then you need to know how to dance.
Okay.
You call it lishmoa also.
Yes.
You could hear it.
Yes.
So you don't have to see it.
No, absolutely.
So
not.
it can be by far that the shofar
Yes.
is there and so.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The only problem is the, how do you say, in concertgebouw. That means that if it's an, so here, I don't know really exactly what Pete Cohen did, but yes, so if it's the echo,
De echo is dat.
so that's not
So you
okay.
hear two tones.
So if you see, so if you are inside the building, halachically it's okay. That means we consider that we are not looking exactly what Pete Cohen did, and also if, how do you say, it is an echo, halachically it's not an echo. It's considered that it's here, okay? But if you are outside, how do you say, and you hear the normal voice, so it's okay. But if outside it's an echo, it's not okay. So that's why the Gemara says, Toka betocha dus, that he is in a cave and he blows the shofar. So it's sure it's the echo. What you hear outside, lo yotza. You are not yotza. Okay?
Niet te roll, dus dat is het.
Yes. Okay? So it can be, there is a situation that it's an echo.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't know exactly all the, I am not musical, and I am not, how do you say, I don't know exactly all the rules about, not the halachic rules, but when it's considered already an echo, but toka betocha dus, that means that's sure it's an echo, that's not okay. Okay? So,
Other question, if you pass by a window, a house,
yes.
and you hear the shofar,
yes.
do you yotze?
Normally, yes. Normally,
No,
yes.
Yes?
Yotze.
Yeah,
Normally,
yotze?
a normal house and a
A
normal
normal
window,
house and the blue
yes.
shofar,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why who is blowing the shofar?
Yeah, but you're outside.
Yes,
Yeah.
the guy who is inside. I say it every time when
There's
my
a million,
son,
maybe.
was doing for my father.
Yeah.
I told him, be yoitze everyone who hear it, because maybe there is a neighbor also. Yes.
You have to hear all the 30.
Oh, laat.
Yeah.
We are going to count. Okay.
I have a question about the echo.
Yes.
If you know there is an echo,
Yes.
and you know that it takes 5 seconds that the echo will come,
yes.
Are you allowed to close your ears for 5 seconds? Open it again, then the next tone comes. You do this again, so you hear not the echo.
You hear the echo?
No, you don't hear the echo because you close your eyes.
Yeah.
And you only hear the first tone, and then, although there's an echo, you know, because it was mentioned, and the place further, it's 10 seconds, so they know, they get a warning. Do it like 10 seconds, not 5 seconds. Doesn't exist like that. Echo kan best lang duren.
Dan moeten ze pauze maken. Dus elke,
is there a question there somewhere mentioned in the word?
I didn't so. Okay. So, צריך לתקוע מאומות, ונוהגים לתקוע על הבימה במקום שקוראים. So the Shulchan Aruch says, צריך לתקוע מאומות. We will see that there is Tekiot who are called Meyushev, who are called Meumed, because there are a group of Tekiyot who are obligated to be done standing, and other who can be done sitting. Okay, that's not that there is obligation to sit, but that the Ayoytze sitting. So צריך לתקוע מאומות. So the Shulchan Aruch says, וכן הברוכה צריך להיות בעמידה כמו כל הברוכה המצווה. So also the brocha has to be, how do we say that you
have to stand.
You stand. Yes,
Say
exactly. So you know, you have people who are elderly people who cannot. So that means that it's more important to
hear.
No, it's more important that than to stand for Unsane Tokef. That's what I mean. That people think that.
I always tell them here in Amsterdam.
What?
I always tell them in Amsterdam. There's a difference between the Amsterdam and the Hague. The Hague was that Unsane Tokef.
Yes.
Here, you don't know what. Okay.
But so of course that's also very important that people know that it's halachically you have. After that, if someone is on a wheelchair, he cannot.
Okay,
that's something else. But here it states Yom Truo, and what we say lochem. So we say like Yom by the Omer Chermesh Bakomo, Al Tigre Bakomo, Elo Bekumo, that you are standing. Okay, so that means that sometimes you don't you have here for this table it's not possible, but sometimes for a rabbi or other people they have a stander and they do like this, and that's not okay. That's not okay, because if you lean, exactly, if you lean on something, it's considered that you are not standing. Okay,
Question.
Standing is no leaning. So you have to say to the chazan, to the Baal Tokea, be careful to this, that you can do by Psuke de Zimre, you can do it by, how do we say, by Unsane Tokef, but by the part that you need, Tekiat Shofar or the Shmoneh Esrei, that you need to stand, you have to stand and not to lean on the stand.
The mitzvah is the Shmoah Shofar.
Yes, absolutely.
It means that if I'm living there and there's the Baal Tokea, there must be a connection between the two, otherwise there is the mitzvah. So if somebody lives a little bit further away, and then I know, let's say, 3 blocks away from here, and here's the shul, who has got the mitzvah to organize that he can hear? Should he make a requirement to the community and say, I want to do the mitzvah, I can't come, and you, whoever it is, has to come? Or is it the mitzvah to come on the Baal Tokea?
Okay.
Whoever that may be.
Okay, so on Kol Yisrael Arevim Zeh Lezeh, there is a mitzvah of Arvus, and that's was your question before, because if I'm coming in a hospital, and I have to do I do 100 for everyone, or I do 30 for each one, because I cannot do, or do I do less? Okay, because so that's exactly the situation. So I'm going to say, like you said, Kol Yisrael Arevim Zeh Lezeh, but there is a limit. There's a limit, like Menir did like this by Atma. every day, because I'm old, I am going by the hormone, and I tell you, it's not so easy. And I am not an old man. I am not an old man. I feel it's an effort. That means to say every word, and the Chazor Hashatz, and after that the Tehillim, and I feel it like an effort. So of course, blasting the shofar to 1, to 2, to 3, to 5, to 10, to 100 times, it's an effort. So of course, I think that in all these things from Kol Yisrael Arevim Zeh Lezeh, it has to be a certain. All the Moalim are asking me, Lester and Bertus sometime, and Dudi, and also
Tuvia.
Yes, and Tuvia. They asked me. They asked me what is my obligation to go. There is the second day of Rosh Hashanah in Enschede. I have no, to be alone for 3 days. I have no koyach to do. Do I have an obligation or not? So I had the question for myself. Okay, I had my first baby boy, was born in Saint Louis, and in Basel there was a moyel, and he was a moyel for 50 years, and he was this kind of moyel, who said, no one else than me. Okay, you know this kind of people, and no one else should be. So when he died, there was no more any mohel in Basel. It took them a few years to train a few malim to have no. So I was, when my first boy 30 years ago born, it was this period there was no mohel, and we were in Saint Louis and there was no mohel. So the first question was what to do. It's he was born Leil Pesach, the first day of Pesach. So it's the 8 days. No one wants to come.
No.
Okay. So the first question, exactly like you said, is an obligation to a moel to come, or I am obliged to go
to the moel.
I think the last. You have the obligation to go to a moel.
Okay, maybe. So I asked the question to Moshe Soloveitchik. So he said, the Briskers are very careful on medication things. They say, you don't go with a boy of 8 days to a travel. How do we say? You'll do the Miller after Yom Tov. Okay. But ask the doctor. So I asked the doctor, and he says, this boy is a healthy boy. He can travel to the United States tomorrow. No problem. He can
If you have a passport.
Transatlantic. So I phoned back to Moshe. So I told him what the doctor said. But the doctor said that no problem. So there was a few Moalim who asked him if they have to go, because really all the Moalim in Paris, in Strasbourg, in Zurich invited all the family, and they say, we are going to make the Suda, come by us, we are going, but I am not traveling, okay? So at the end, there was one who had already all these kids were married, so he was more flexible, and he said, I will come for this 3 days Yom Tov for the end of the answer.
May
And
I
he
ask
had,
you?
yes,
Because a baby within the 30 days after when it's born, and
Yes.
30 days, it is considered as a serious ill person.
okay,
So there are certain ways to Carlos, to use some exceptions.
okay. But here it was not.
But you didn't
If it's the
ask-
reality.
You didn't ask my question. I understand that. So actually, two solutions for this.
Yes.
It could be after the 8 days, but
Yes.
it is possible.
Yes, but by
the-
shofar you
your
cannot
boyfriend,
do that.
exactly, shofar you can't do
Absolutely.
that because it's gone.
Absolutely, it's gone. Absolutely.
So is it not an obligation then for the community to organize?
Okay. So
If you know about it.
no. Halachically, these things are not clear. Are not clear to whom. Normally, every mitzvah is a kakafta de gavre. That means it's my obligation, my problem. Okay, I am living in Fenendal. I have to find my solution. So if I want to invite by me at home 10 people and organize a minyan in a maton,
That's
Ja, daarom zegt hij Veenendaal natuurlijk.
in a maton,
You don't know where Veenendaal
I was by the plum.
Hij was Oh, oké. Goed.
It's long before you
Yeah. No, so you can do it like this, but there is no obligation of the tzibor to go there.
Okay.
There is no any obligation. It's a kafta the gavre. So it's, how do you say, the gavre, he has to organize himself. He can organize himself on the way like you want, to go to a shul, to live next to a shul, to hear from the. So yes, he can ask that they open the window if blue authorized to open the window, if it's not a danger, if it's not how do we say
Blue allowed.
okay. So so that's the צריך לתקוע מאומת, yes? So by standing. קודם שיתקע יבורך. Before you have to make the broch. לשמוע כל שופר, כן? The broche is לשמוע, is to hear. So that means that the broche is normally to whom?
but to the public.
Exactly.
To hear
Exactly.
Here.
So he is exactly. So he is a shliach.
Yeah.
So he's a shliach. So that's why when my wife is not going to shul and the Baltokea is coming by her to home, I tell her to say the brocha
I know.
because it's not on the Baltokea. It's your mitzvah. So in a shul, he is also chayev also to hear. So he say for everyone lishmoya kol shoy. But the mitzvah is on the one who hear. So if the Baltokea is coming to the lady at home to make, so it's on her to say lishmoa kol shoyfo. Yes. And the second thing is shechion. Yes, is shechionu like on every mitzvah. Okay. What?
The first day only?
Oh,
Yeah,
so
okay.
that's no.
No.
That's also machloikes. That's also machloikes. If you have Machaber, you do the 2 days. If you have Ramo, you do only the first day. So we have the minhag that the guy is go by suit supply and buy a new clothes, and he put it on the second day and make shechionu on the new suit, and we use the shoyf. That's the normal meaning. But or you can also bring a fruit. because you don't need to eat the fruit. If you see the fruit that you are going to eat, you have already the Hanoi, you have already the pleasure.
Second evening. Then
Yes. So there is, how do you say, my wife told me that there is du coin, how do you say coin?
Oh, it's the fruit.
Yeah, there is she found two fruits. She's specialist in
mostly
this
we
kind.
take granaatappel, rimon, or vijgen.
Yes.
But you can also take a new apple for goudrenet because it is new crop.
No, it's the whole year.
Okay.
Goudrenet,
Nee.
There is a big question about Shechionu nowadays. You know that there is all these brachas have to do for the mitzvahs. We are happy with the mitzvah, okay? But for the pleasure, it has to be a real pleasure, okay? So it depends on your economic level, okay? So of course, this poor man who wears a new shirt every 3 years, of course he can make shechionu. But a guy who is ordering every second day something by internet and changing clothes like so he cannot make shechionu because it's his regular life. So that's about shechionu, not for the mitzvahs. Yes.
You say only one shechionu. I bake the candles, say shechionu. But the Kiddush, I don't.
Sure not. Absolutely.
Absolutely not, eh?
Not.
No. I do.
Not only not, but Reb Shlomo Zalman says that if you are invited by Kiddush, you don't say Amen by the Shechionu because it's a hefsek. The Shechionu so you sure you don't say?
No. Children eat first night to me. I make shechionu with the candles. I make Kiddush, but without shechionu. Okay,
they can make shechionu.
Yeah, they can make shechionu. If Dayan makes Kiddush, he can make shechionu. Okay.
And you can make shechionu with no Kiddush also.
Yes, I know.
No,
I mean, but not twice.
Exactly. We put together Lo Aleinu v'Lo Aleichem. People say Bor Dayan Emes by the Kriya. But it's not obliged to be done by the Kriya. That means it's two things that we put together. That means, so it's also here, the Shechionu is a Simche. So we put it on a certain time. So by ladies, by candles, by men, by Kiddush, but we can still, if someone has forgot to say Shechionu, he can say in the middle of the Suda, he can say Shechionu, because it's Shechionu of the Yom Tov. So if he forgot, till it's Yom Tov, he can say Shechionu. But the Shechionu of the Shofar, so it's on the mitzvah. Yes. The way also if it makes you a better noise, if you do it down, you have to do it up. Why? Because as the Shulchan Aruch says, we says in the pasuk, "Olo bisruah," it went up, so the noise went up. So it's a remez. It's kosher if you didn't do it, but the right way to do it is olo. To prefer. On which side to say? Also on the right side, because normally right is the.
I have a question.
Yes.
More than one, but you hear today, also here in these surroundings, and we are used
different
to. What's the difference?
The difference is minogim. That's the difference. That is because.
What's the right way?
There is no right way. Everyone has to do. Everyone has to do according to his minhag. That's exactly the problem of minhag. That means because we don't know if Baruch Atah is the right way or Baruch Ato. So everyone who is doing what his father did, what's his minhag, he is doing right because he doesn't know. So how can he? How do we say? change
Change
because
Well,
by changing.
What's the best way? Is there a good right way?
No, there is no right way because there is no consensus. Okay, so on a product, yes, you can say, okay, I am from Hague, I'm living in Amsterdam, so I am not eating turbot, not in The Hague and not in Amsterdam. Because
I never eat that.
okay, so that's not a problem because you can. There is still enough to eat. You
They
understand?
don't know how nice it is.
Okay.
Well,
No, but there is still
ik had
enough.
helemaal niet meer krijgen.
There is still enough to eat. So someone can make on his life. Not to do is not a proof that you do. Okay? So there is no any minhag. The Shulchan Aruch says that there is no minhag about bris milah from two kids, from twilling, from how do you say tweelings, because it's something which is very rare. Why it's very rare? Because it happens once a while, and sometimes yes. I will show you
I have to go to Lamayo too.
Oh, sorry.
No.
So the minhag, how do you say? What did I say?
To change the minhag.
No.
The twins.
The twins.
Twillings. So one sometimes is prepared to make the bris milah, and one is still needs to be. So it's very rare to have two bris milahs together. Okay. So the Nahar Mitzrayim in the Pischei Teshuvah say we cannot say a minhag because the Mechaber, the Remo say you have to say only one brocha for the two kids, and you make the two bris milah one after the second. Okay?
We had that.
And but after that, the Baal HaItur says no, because like by the shchita that you cannot do the two animals together, so you need to be mafsik and to make the two bris milah apart with two brochas. So the Nahar Mitzrayim says because it's rare, there is no minhag. So a minhag, there are things that happening very, once every 25 years. So you cannot ask people what is a minhag because they don't know. A minhag is something who is repeatedly every year, every time. So people know. So they do what they had done in the past. So about the Tekiat Shofar, I'm sorry that we couldn't learn all what I prepared, but that's life. But by Tekiat Shofar, there is really a lot of different opinions. That means also what we do, shvorim, truo, is already from a machloikes in the Gemara. If it's yevava, if it's crying, or how do you say huile? Huile. It is or so if it's like 9 or 3. So that because it's Sisro, the mother of Sisro, she was hurling by the window. So we learned from her the call. What is and Chatkio, the Gemara says that there is no a truo, that there is no tkio lefoneo, but tkio lachoreo. It means that tkio is like the announcement. The announcement. So if you don't have the announcement before and the announcement after, it's not kosher. So that's why yesterday someone asked me after Mariv, asked me if he didn't do it the proper way, if he has to redo the tkio before. So I say, of course, because if it's possible, your shvorim, so you have to do the tkio lefoneo, the tkio lachoreo. And then we have really shortly we do different shvorim truo when we do the first and the last one. If we do beneshimo achas or b'shtei neshimos, if we do in one, and that's why here in the Netherlands they say shvorim truo, and not like in everywhere they say shvorim truo or shvorim truo. That the blazer can know if he has to do it in one wind or two blow. And so here they stop in the middle, they say shvorim truo. Okay.
There is a Dutch word for it. There is a difference between huilen and we say wenen. Is an old word. It means and jammeren. So jammeren is and wenen is so it's mooie termen. Jammeren en wenen.
Okay, Skoyer. So I have to go. Can we make another appointment in December? If you can.
Hanukkah.
You want? When? Tell me.
No, that's for sure. I am here. So
Okay.
Dus
23? Yeah, 23 is Erev Hanukkah.
no, that's not good. That's not good. I'm flying back on the 23rd.
And the 9th?
What? The 9th?
December?
9th December is also not good.
Okay, then we have to, I think January.
But there is no 24. There will not be.
24?
And
No,
the
you're not
25. What?
25? No, this is Yachkala. This Yachkala, I don't do it Yachkala.
So
Jongens, ik wens
we have to
iedereen.
see.
I look at home and I think Skoyer. Shana Tova.